I decided to do my assignment over Chapter 8's The Property System. More importantly, I decided to do it over the link called Abandoned Property Worth a Fortune. The article is about a Goodwill employee named Maria Rivera who sorts through hundreds of charitable donations, who came across a painting and she immediately knew it was worth something. It was at first glance that it just seemed like a regular painting of a woman drinking what is presumed to be tea out of a teacup. After setting it aside and getting it professionally appraised and authenticated, her hunch was proven correctly. As it turns out, it was a rare art piece done by Italian 19th century painter Giovanni Battista, and it was valued at $12,000. Staff at Goodwill would like to presume that it was an act of goodwill by donating this, but are still waiting for someone to come and take claim to the painting. If not, the painting will go to the highest bidder on Goodwill's website. All proceeds will be used for the organization's job training programs, according to NBC. The second question that you ask is, how are the topics discussed in the chapter connected to the link? Well, the article connects to Chapter 8's section regarding the different methods of acquisition of personal property. The chapter talks about the multiple ways someone may acquire property. This article relates under the pretense that the painting was donated to the Goodwill, which in a way, when the original owner transferred said property to the new owner. I feel that this could be considered a gift because the textbook definition states the donor of the gift must intend to gift the property. The donor must deliver the gift, and the gift must be accepted by the intended recipient, known as the donee. So technically, the person who donated this painting intended to donate it, brought it to the store, relinquished all rights, then left. It can also be seen as finders keepers, losers weepers, because the person who donated the painting obviously wasn't aware of how much the painting was worth. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have given it away. It would be considered abandoned property because it was intended to be relinquished. Your third question asks, what are additional examples of those problems and issues? Additional issues and problems may be the owner finding out after the fact how much this painting is worth and wanting to reclaim it. But under the pretense of donating, there are no takebacks, although Goodwill is offering the chance for that, whoever donated it to reclaim it. One issue that comes along with donating things, especially anonymously, is the process of reclaiming it. Because it is donated anonymously, there is not much definite proof. Your fourth question asks how learning about this issue can affect your decision making as a future business leader. Learning about the do's and don'ts about the property system and knowing what personal property is and the numerous methods in acquiring personal property is extremely important. This can affect business owners because it could possibly make or break your business depending on what type of business you have and how you acquire your merchandise. For example, if you're a pawn shop and someone pawns their items, who's to say they can't come and take it back whenever they want to? Under law, from what I understand, once they donate it, it is yours to keep. And the only way to acquire it back is if they are willing to sell it to you. Having this knowledge can save a lot of hassle and possible legal bills in the future. It is important to know these things because once you know how to get property and what to do with it, no one can really take it from you. It is your responsibility after the fact, and it is what you decide to do with it. Chapter 8 talks a lot about the different types of property being abandoned property, lost property, mislaid property, and the link. Technically, the painting was neither lost nor mislaid. I consider it to be abandoned, but not abandoned because the textbook definition of abandoned would be a category of personal property in which the owner has intentionally relinquish the property. So it could in both ways. I guess that's one of those situations where it depends, because they did abandon the property by donating it to the Goodwill. I wouldn't consider it mislaid property. No, it's not considered mislaid property, because once it was donated, the owner of it at that time had no intentions of getting it back. So that, in my opinion, is how this article really ties in with what type of property it is, and how you can continue to obtain it and not have to face any kind of legal battles of trying to get it back.